suspect gets angry when his new car is dismantled. Officers find a suspicious substance in a suitcase in Gatwick.
There it is. So, good result.
Customs officers pay a visit to an illegal cigarette dealer.
Right, basically, we've had information that you may be selling cigarettes from the premises, OK? I'd like to just pop in and have a chat with you about it, if that's all right.
Yeah.
OK?
It's early morning rush hour, with dozens of flights arriving into Gatwick from Africa and the Caribbean, source areas for Class A drugs. Customs officers are on high alert, searching passengers who fit profiles associated with smugglers.
Okay, I've just x-rayed a passenger's bag and you can see there's clearly two rectangular shapes there, so I'm just going to cut the bag open and have a further inspection of what those shapes are.
The passenger told immigration he has no money, will be staying in Britain for 2 months, and a friend has agreed to pay all his expenses. It's a story Mike has heard many times before from drug couriers.
You can smell it already, can't you? Smell it.
It's well concealed, but Mike thinks he's found a large quantity of cocaine built into the case.
There it is. There's a white paste in there.
Yeah.
The paste tests positive for cocaine.
So, good result.
Let's go nick him.
10:55, yeah? So I've conducted a test on the bottom of your suitcase, which has shown a white paste. A white paste.
Yes.
Yep, I've conducted a test on it which says it's cocaine. Therefore the time is 10:55. I'm placing you under arrest on the suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug. Okay, if you could follow this officer, please. Okay. Sorry? Right, well that's all going to be discussed with you later. I will remind you that everything you say will be noted down now, okay?
The attempted importation has failed.
Sit on that seat there for me, please.
And it was a long way from being the perfect crime.
He's got a really duff invitation letter. The grammar of it was awful. There was capital letters mid-sentence. It wasn't very good at all. There was also a signature on the bottom of the invitation letter, and the writing was very, very similar, so I assume that it was written by him himself.
It's a serious crime carrying a maximum of 15 years.
Right. Underpants down. Okay, up.
The officers want to find out if anyone else is involved, and the investigations could take some time.
Yeah, so that, we've just nicked someone, so there's a good chance I'll be late.
The man initially observes his right to silence, but he soon starts giving information about possible accomplices.
Okay, what is the name of the person that's meeting you here today? Okay, and what does he look like? Right. Okay, how tall or small?
At my hat.
About 5'10". Long hair, short hair? Bald head, like mine? Yeah. Okay.
Mike decides to put out an announcement for the man to come to the information desk to see if they can catch him too.
About 34.
Bald head.
Bald head.
About 5'10".
About 5'10".
If he's involved, it's unlikely he'll fall for the trap, but it's worth a try. In Portsmouth, officers are hunting a possible target vehicle picked out by the intelligence hub.
Unfortunately, it's a bit difficult to actually say whether it's going to be cocaine or heroin or cannabis. What tends to flag more than a specific type of commodity is criminality or suspicion. And from that, you tend to get a job that will fall into one of those categories. It could be, particularly at this time of year with stuff coming up from Africa, it could be anything as bizarre as tortoises.
Drug smugglers are adept at seeming normal, so it's Richard's job to hunt for the incriminating details.
You mentioned about the car, so can you tell me what the situation is with the car, please?
I'm not sure.
Right.
I might keep the car here and I might take it back, I don't know.
So you bought it when you were in Libya?
Yes, I did.
It's your own car. Okay, how long have you been, where do you normally live, please?
England.
In England, so how long have you been away for?
2 weeks.
2 months. And that's your return ticket there, is it? Can I just have a quick look at that, please?
Well, this is a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
This is a one-way ticket.
No, this is the ticket you obviously got for this trip.
Yeah.
Okay, when did you book the ticket, the trip, return trip back? How long ago did you book it? Did you book it when you got to Le Havre today?
I did, yes.
Okay, and what's been the purpose of your 2 months away?
I went for Ramadan month.
Yes.
The Parcel moved to Libya,
Okay.
and then I waited for the car, and basically I waited for the car to be ready. Then I came in the car.
The long trip and one-way ticket are both reasons to investigate further. And the suspiciously clean interior also makes Richard think the car may have something to hide.
In Tripoli, he flew over there. Let's walk the car. It's not a new car, second-hand car. Admittedly bought from a dealer, he says.
It's a second-hand car.
That's what he says.
It's got the shrink wrap on it.
And that's what he says. He said it's not a brand new car, but he said he has bought it from a dealer. So I think it's worth it because he's just pushed the car in Tripoli, which is not something that we normally get here, is it? So I think it's worth looking at.
Richard must now tell the man his new car is going to be searched in the specialist rummage bay.
We've got a ramp here, we're going to put on the ramp just so we can look over it a bit more thoroughly than we could do here. We have a waiting room that you can sit in there if you wish to keep warm.
Yeah.
Just to let you know what the situation is.
Okay.
We'll obviously deal with
I was
this,
just going to say.
hopefully, as soon as we can. It's not going to take a long time.
Can I just put my clothes
Absolutely,
back in first?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So, do you want me to take the car out while I do this, or?
no, you put
The driver could be annoyed because he has something to hide, but perhaps he's just nervous about having his new car pulled apart. The smuggler caught in Gatwick is now being transferred to the custody cells, where the reality is beginning to sink in.
You just stand in front of that desk for me.
Is there anybody that you want telling, a friend or family that may be meeting you or worried where you are?
I would like to call, I would like to let my wife know.
The man is locked up, while the officers out back work out how much he'll be charged with trying to smuggle.
As you saw on the X-ray, there was 2 of these. From what we've got here, we've estimated that the total amount of cocaine could be 2 kilos, which has a street value of about £100,000.
And in the terminal, the person meeting him has answered the announcement and has been arrested. A poorly planned crime has gone wrong on every level.
Did you handcuff Ferry?
We've gone to the information desk in the North Terminal, where we've put out a call for the person meeting the courier today, and a gentleman has come forward and said that he was here to meet him. We've subsequently arrested him, and he's been brought here today to the custody suite, and also the driver of the vehicle that was also here to meet him, he has also been brought here, the taxi driver.
All 3 are under arrest and placed in cells for questioning. It's now up to the investigation team to find out who was responsible and ensure a successful prosecution. It's another important seizure, but with all the suspects claiming to know nothing about the cocaine, it could take some time to work out who's guilty. After a long wait for a technical officer to arrive, the driver of the suspect Libyan vehicle is getting annoyed.
You can see the car.
Yeah, can you just give me an idea how long it's going to take, please?
But I really can't give you.
15 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, what? I mean,
I would suggest, if we don't find anything, probably half an hour, 45 minutes if we don't find anything.
The car is suspiciously clean, having just driven 2,000 miles from Africa.
This is the problem with the vehicle, it looks too clean. The inside's totally clean.
They need to examine every possible space to ensure it's not being used for smuggling.
And we're trying to be as reasonable with you and as polite as we can.
I'll tell you what, the Brits coming in and out of Libya,
Yes.
but not a single person gets these people.
And hopefully I'll try to explain to you as reasonable as I can as to why we're doing it for. We will look after the car.
The officers are expert mechanics, but this man is clearly very protective of his new car.
Do I look like a drug dealer? Do I? Hey?
I'm not a good enough person to really recognise a drug dealer.
You've been doing the job long enough. I mean, surely you should know, shouldn't you?
Not everyone that smuggles is obvious to us.
The whole search takes nearly 2 hours and finds nothing. and the long wait has allowed the angry driver to calm down.
Your car has been looked at. They haven't reduced it to component nuts and bolts or anything like that.
They haven't, have they? Honestly, please assure
Honestly,
me,
they
please.
haven't. So you'll have the car back in a couple of minutes, and then put your bags in, and we'll let you out the back gates.
Okay,
You'll be
mate.
away on your way.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for your.
I'm sorry if I was a bit abrasive, you know, just
Don't worry. Part of the daily grind that we have to put. Nobody likes the car being put on the rack.
You ever wrecked my car, have you?
You are more than welcome to obviously check it over. That was there before we got here then.
It's not so much the delay, it's just the actual, you know, I have no idea what has been taken out of the car and what has been put back in the car. I don't know. It's quite upsetting.
In Bristol, the usual officers have been joined by the National Strike Force to carry out house searches on people suspected of dealing illegal cigarettes. All the intelligence has come from anonymous tip-offs on the Customs confidential hotline.
I've got, I think it's 19 packages from Tobacco NIU, hopefully to execute today.
For officers entering suspects' homes, it can be dangerous.
I've been in a situation before where the whole street was sort of come out and I had to go, you don't want to hang around.
No, once you're on the ground. If you don't like it, you're out. So.
It may seem heavy-handed for selling a few cigarettes, but the black market costs the Treasury £2 billion a year.
We're going to this lady in Bristol. Information's been received that she could be selling cigarettes at her home address. Started selling cigarettes in the past 2 weeks and have been dealing Lambert and Butler.
But you've also got to be very mindful with this that a lot of this could be malicious as well, so it could just be a stitch-up.
Many tip-offs are found to be false, so the officers initially go in without a warrant. And that means negotiating permission to search the house.
Hello there, this is not. Hello, I'm from Revenue and Customs. Right, basically we've had information that you may be selling cigarettes from the premises, okay? I'd like to just pop in and have a chat with you about it, if that's alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we simple. I pop as well as that. I'm in trouble.
Luckily, the woman confesses and lets them in.
Basically, what have you been doing? Your son's brought cigarettes back from holiday. You've been basically selling cigarettes.
And all the evidence the officers need is sitting on the dining room table.
We need to do a search of the house, if that's okay.
Yeah, there's a few in the front there, which is around. And that's all it is.
Right, okay.
Do you that made me feel like a terrible thief. I felt like a terrible thief.
And she's obviously a bit nervous. She knows that she's done something wrong. She's got a kitty set up downstairs with all her facts. There's a big suitcase here that shows that somebody travelled to Palma in Spain on the 9th of October. Whether that was her or her son. It's a very big case, very typical of a cigarette smuggler's case. Is that your big suitcase up there, the big half-sided one in the spare room?
Oh, we all use it, you know.
Right,
You're
all
not
right.
committing an offence by selling these cigarettes, okay? So the goods will be seized from you.
And with perfect timing, a customer turns up to find the shop closed indefinitely.
And the guy just come to the premises and looked at the shop.
Oh, right. What, somebody's just come and gone? Looks like we've just had a buyer that's just...
The black market is clearly booming in Bristol. In Gatwick, the Customs Intelligence Hub has given officers information that a drug swallower is coming in from the Caribbean. A girl being questioned at immigration seems suspicious enough for Customs to do a drug swab, which gives a massive hit for cocaine.
Morning, madam.
Drug swallowers are often forced into the crime and told nothing of the dangers and the possible lethal consequences of a burst package.
She said that she actually came in with someone named Peter. She met him on the beach and he's got all her money, £400, and he's already gone through. So it doesn't look too good, you know.
The suspect has denied taking cocaine, so a positive urine test would suggest she has swallowed drugs.
There's no line by the THC, so she's positive for cannabis. There's no line by the COC, so she's positive for cocaine as well, which would indicate to us that she has cocaine in her system.
The woman will now be arrested and x-rayed for packages.
Showing up positive for cocaine.
Yeah, okay.
But to the officer's frustration, she's now claiming to have used drugs.
Just for parking, and I have taken cocaine.
She has taken it. Right, okay.
She had taken, yeah?
She has taken it.
Why didn't she tell me earlier when I put you?
She said I was worried.
She was worried. Okay.
But the officers aren't convinced.
So we just want to be sure you haven't got any internal consuming in you.
They suspect she may be pregnant, and so will be taken to a private hospital to have her body scanned safely. That means waiting for another interpreter, and that means putting on the white suit.
Because we've got her on suspicion of swallowing, we always put them in a white suit, because what we'd be concerned of, if she maybe started to pass packages in the cell, whether she may pick them up and harm to herself. Sometimes it might be possible that she could retry and swallow them again. We can see through the suit, that's why we need her in the white suit.
The officers are extremely concerned for the woman's health, and all the signs are pointing to a definite swallower. If so, she'd be looking at a lengthy sentence.
It's a bit concerning because with her original story, when we asked her, she doesn't touch drugs, she doesn't drink. It's then, oh, well, I smoke marijuana, I have taken cocaine. So her story is continually changing. When we take her down, I really wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see packages in her body from the way her story is.
It's a nervous ride to the hospital, which could decide the woman's future. Customs officers also stopped smugglers who tried to bring in drugs using the postal system. In October 2002, a routine parcel exam uncovered a massive haul of drugs hidden in a shipment of doors.
And I recall getting a phone call at home that there'd been a major seizure. Within it, they found holdalls. And examining the holdalls, they found packages which turned out to be a mixture of Class A and B drugs. And I can recall getting a phone call about 2 hours after that to advise me that they had found something else.
In the box were live ammunition rounds and something altogether more frightening.
They came across another box, and you can imagine their surprise when they opened it to find a grenade. And I think everyone stepped back about half a mile.
The decision was made to do a controlled delivery and catch the culprits in the act. But all they had to go on was the consignment address in Devon and a phone number which belonged to Timothy Andrews.
One individual in particular, Timothy Andrews, we conducted surveillance on him over that weekend.
Officers tailed Andrews round the clock for 3 days. Mobile phone analysis identified Andrews' partner in crime, Andrew Griffiths. The race was now on to get the package delivered on time. The team replaced all the drugs and ammunition with props and prepared to make the delivery.
The controlled delivery commenced on the Monday morning. One of our officers acted as the T&T delivery driver. He drove it down to the address, the consignment address in Ivybridge. But within the actual consignment, we had placed an audio device, in fact, a number of audio devices.
The officers were hiding, waiting for the right time to strike.
When it became clear that the package was been broken into and been dismantled, I decided at that point that I would call the knock.
50 armed officers stormed the building and found 2 henchmen. Andrews and Griffiths were elsewhere, but were still being followed and were arrested. They would plead not guilty. But customs investigators used mobile phone cell tracking information to tie them to the crime scene.
On this occasion and on 4 previous occasions where consignments had gone to that address, that they had been in the vicinity. And that's more than coincidence.
The evidence convinced the jury it was Andrews and Griffiths behind the crime. The henchmen were acquitted, and the sentences handed down to the smugglers made a happy ending for the officers.
Sentences handed down by trial judge, resulted in a 40-year sentence for Griffiths and a 39-year sentence for Andrews. But they will be serving at least 15 years.
Back in Bristol, Russ and Jane haven't found any more cigarettes and decide not to prosecute the woman. Instead, they want her to turn informant.
But do you think we can try and get some details about her son? His name? I think we've got to if we can.
Young lad, where's he picking these up for?
No, I'm not getting you into trouble.
Right, you don't want to tell us anything about him then?
Trouble, no.
Could you pass on a little message to him? He is in danger of not only losing his cigarettes but losing his vehicle, etc. So it could be quite hefty for him. So.
Seizing the 9,000 cigarettes, they now want to get out before it turns ugly.
Ta-da.
We don't really have the public on our side because the locals think she's providing a service, so people aren't sympathetic to us. So sometimes once people have clocked who we are, it's better to just get the fags and get out, isn't it?
In Gatwick, the suspected swallower is back with the X-rays. She's put back in the cell while the officers take a look at the results.
If she had swallowed something, you would possibly see the shapes of packages. They'd be down here, they can be collected up around here, and there's nothing at all.
Compared to an actual swallower, the difference is clear.
See the package shapes collected down there, whereas that one is totally no shapes whatsoever in that one. It was negative.
It's an anticlimax for the officers, but they're glad she'll be okay.
Take her back up to the south terminal if she wants to, so she could be on her way. Yeah, it's negative. All the way down the line to me, I was thinking, yeah, it's going to be positive. The way she was acting and the things she was saying, but sometimes it happens like that, you know.
At Gatwick Airport's South Terminal, a flight from Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic has just landed. Vigilant UK Border Agency officers, with the aid of highly trained sniffer dogs, are always on the lookout for drug smugglers from the Caribbean. And one passenger has triggered great interest. The man's nervous behaviour has led to him being targeted. As he passes through the customs channels, Officer Michelle has been observing his body language.
Thank you.
She decides to intercept the passenger to ask him a few questions.
Hello, sir. You've got your passport on you, please. That's great. You've got your ticket as well. Any ticket? And where do you live, sir? In Holland? So how long are you here for? How long are you here in England for?
No, today I'm going to Holland.
Right, so you've been to Porto Plata, come here, and from here you're going back to Holland, are you? When? When are you going back to Holland? Is it a flight from here or a flight from Heathrow?
From here.
All right, have you got the ticket for that?
Michelle keeps firing questions to find out if he's telling the truth.
No cigarettes at all, nothing like that. Okay, you also know it's illegal to bring any controlled drugs, weapons, explosives, etc. into the country, yeah? And these are your bags, are they? Did you pack your bags yourself? So you know what's inside them, do you?
The man's travel plans just don't seem right, and Michelle is becoming increasingly suspicious.
Just been out on a package holiday. Not staying with friends or anything, went out on his own. Works in a factory in the Netherlands. He's flying on back today. They're all right, aren't they?
The X-ray shows no concealments of drugs, but a concerned Michelle still isn't happy.
Sometimes we have a problem with people bringing drugs through on their bodies. Okay, so therefore we just want to give you a rub down of your body, okay? But we won't do it here, we'll do it out the back, okay?
As the man's led away, there's a feeling his story just doesn't add up.
He only works in a factory in Holland, so it's obviously not really well paid. He's picked to go to Porto Plata, which is an unusual place for someone to go. He's gone on his own, and he's booked it all last minute. He's got all the extras you can possibly have. So it makes his holiday very expensive just for 7 nights to go on his own. It's just bizarre, that's all. You just get feelings with some things, and it's just doesn't seem right.
In a dramatic turn, the man is taken for a full body scan to find out if he's smuggling drugs inside his body.
Do you want anyone else to be here? No?
To be told you're here with us.
You are entitled to read that if you wish, but obviously...
Michelle is about to discover whether her instinct is correct.
The other way, sorry. Yeah, if you stand like this, that way. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go up onto the top, onto travelator. If you can breathe in as well, that'll help us.
Ready, breathe in. Try and hold.
As he holds his breath, the man's fate hangs in the balance. His day is about to get a lot worse. He's stuffed with packages of drugs.
Okay, sir. From what we can see on the X-ray, looks like you have packages inside you. Time is 08:53 hours. I'm arresting you on suspicion of being involved in the importation of a controlled drug. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something that you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that? Okay, sir.
He's got little packages which will probably be condoms full of cocaine, and now literally we've got to take him down, get him custodised, and then he needs to concentrate on getting those packages out because he doesn't realise, you know, if one of those burst or leaked, it could cost him his life.
At Gatwick's North Terminal, a flight has just arrived from Dubai, a country outside the European Union with widely available cheap cigarettes. Officers have been alerted by immigration to a man waiting at the luggage carousel. He collects the last of his cases and proceeds straight through the nothing-to-declare customs channel. Officer Paul stops the passenger to ask a few questions.
Hiya, can I put word, please? Hi, are you travelling on your own?
Yeah.
Do you have your passport with you, please? Yeah. It's just Dubai you've been to, is it?
Yeah, just Dubai.
What was the reason for your trip?
I was just going to travel.
To Dubai?
Yeah, like, it was a nice place.
What do you know about Dubai then? It's just hot. You haven't got a ticket?
No.
How much does the ticket cost you? Did you book your own ticket?
Yeah, I can't remember how much it was.
When did you book it?
Friday.
Right, how much does it cost you then?
I can't remember.
You didn't book it, did you?
No.
Who booked it?
I don't know.
Right, you travelling with somebody else?
No.
Where do you actually live?
Newcastle.
How are you getting back to Newcastle?
Coach.
Coach?
Having already exposed a lie, Paul is wary of anything the man says.
The Green Channel? Do you understand what the Green Channel means?
No.
Right, have you been abroad before?
Just to America.
To?
America.
Okay, when you go abroad, you're allowed to bring back certain goods.
Yeah.
Certain cigarettes, for instance. One bottle of spirit. How many have you got?
I'm not sure. That's probably the next one.
And that one?
A little bit in the bottom.
How much do they cost you?
Tabs are slang for cigarettes, and the man's confession doesn't impress.
Have you ever dealings with customs before?
No, not really. Probably one back.
What happened?
I got deported.
Why was that? Sorry?
I took some cat across.
You took cat across?
Yeah.
Cat is an East African stimulant, which is often chewed. Whilst legal in the UK, it's banned in America.
So how much money did you take out with you?
£100, £200.
Who paid for these then?
What?
Who paid for these?
No.
Who paid for them then?
Somalians.
Somalians again?
Paul becomes aware that the Somali who paid for the cigarettes is likely to be at the airport to pick them up.
What's the name of the chap that you have to speak to on the phone?
Well,
what was the last name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed?
Yeah.
He's Somalian. He's going to be. He's out there somewhere, and there's a fair chance there's another one with him because they never ever travel on their own, so he's going to be with. He might have suitcases already. Yeah.
Cigarette smugglers often work in pairs, and officers realise there may be a chance of locating another smuggler as well as the recipient of the cigarettes.
How much did you get paid for doing this?
£200.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Mind you, get a holiday out of it.
What?
You get a holiday out of it.
I didn't think.
What do you do?
Nothing. I had a car crash a couple of months ago, and I need to like raise £3,000 excess reinsurance. So it's just in case I make money to work anyway.
There you go. So you want benefit?
Yeah.
Back at the airport's South Terminal, the Dutch drug smuggler who risked his life to bring packages of drugs into the UK is being taken into custody. He's made aware of his rights by the custody officer, and for his own safety is told to get the packages out of his system as quickly as possible.
Basically, when people have an internal concealment, to make sure we can see if they produce anything, we change them into what we call a white paper suit, and then we can see if there's anything happening. And underneath they'll be completely naked.
The man indicates he needs to go to the toilet, but this is no ordinary toilet trip, and this is no ordinary loo.
So he's gone into the special toilet facility where if he starts producing packages, they then have to be cleaned up by the officer who's gone in with him, and then they'll be bagged up as well. So just waiting for him to come out to see if he has actually produced any.
Yeah, put him on the tins. The gentleman said he needed the toilet, and while I haven't counted them at the moment, it looks like he's produced around 20 packages, and he's told the custody officer he's got 60-something. So obviously, the quicker they're out of his system, the best chance he's got of survival, basically.
The process of washing the packages is a very dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
If one of the packages were to split, basically ends up with death within minutes, unfortunately. So that is why we try and get packages out of people as quickly as we possibly can, because the consequences of a burst package are pretty serious.
With the packages washed, Officer Paul must bag them up and weigh them to find out what quantity of drugs the man was carrying.
Definitely big packages. 344 grams of cocaine so far. If you take away a little bit for the packaging, etc., it's probably about 300 grams. 1 kilo nowadays is worth around £50,000. So he's probably carrying about £50,000 worth of drugs with him. These packages here, they're now seized from you, okay? And they're all yours, property and agreement.
The Dutchman pleaded guilty to smuggling cocaine and was sentenced to 5.5 years in prison. Further inquiries resulted in another arrest. Back in Gatwick, Officer Paul has intercepted a surprisingly candid Geordie cigarette smuggler. Other officers attempt to track down the Somali recipient of the cigarettes, called Mohammed. They find another Geordie lad who also confesses to having smuggled cigarettes. He then tells the officers where they can find the elusive Mohammed.
We've come out looking for a Somalian, obviously, but my colleague stopped another lad who was a Geordie as well. In the end, he did cough to being met by Mohammed, who he said has just walked out to the car hole. So we've given chase and stopped the car here. It's got 3 cases full of cigarettes.
It's a job well done by the officers. But after seizing the illegal cigarettes, Mohammed, the ringleader of the operation, is free to go.
I got told, right, I'll give you £200 if you bring 2 suitcases of towels back through. And
Okay.
if it's been scared to lose my job,
Yeah.
I thought, well, may as well.
Did you not think of the consequences?
Not really, because I'm on the bones of my gotten out.
We got wife and kids at home. How many kids have we got? 3? Okay.
The other man from Newcastle is led back inside the airport to be reunited with his friend.
In these circumstances, what we'd normally do is just seize the cigarettes and the suitcases from them, and it stays on file. So if they get stopped again, then they'll get arrested and prosecuted for this offence and the next one. So they're very lucky, because if they'd got caught a second time with this amount of cigarettes, you're looking at a jail sentence. So from their point of view, they're quite lucky. So were you getting a fight back, or was the other chap driving you back to Newcastle?
Well, we got paid when we got out.
You haven't been paid yet?
No, but probably not now.
With no money from the job, the lads now have another problem.
I was relying on the money from bringing the cigarettes through to get myself back home. Now I've got no money off cigarettes and no money to get myself home.
As they attempt to make the long journey up north, the 2 lads can rue the fact that their 40,000 cigarettes, with a street value of over £10,000, were intercepted.
Rather unlucky. In fact, my chap was particularly unlucky. He's only travelled abroad twice. 2 trips abroad, and twice he's been caught. He said he's not going to travel abroad again. I don't blame him.
At Bristol Airport, a flight has just landed from Malaga in Spain. Border agency officers working in immigration are alerted to a couple who've been acting suspiciously. A woman dressed in black and a man in a stripy jumper head to baggage reclaim. Officer Brandon decides to follow them to monitor their behavior.
We've got 2 targets from Malaga. We'll pull them on, just quick chat and check what they've got. You never know.
Brandon moves into position, ready to intercept the couple as they pass through the customs channels.
Hello, they're both customs. Just come through, please. You are together, yeah? How long have you both been away?
On holiday.
Yeah, how long?
Weeks, 2 weeks.
Okay. And where have you travelled whilst you've been away?
Oh, just around Spain, just in the Artis Costa.
Right. You stayed in one place, or?
Yeah, about all around holidays, just normal.
Okay. You ever been stopped by customs before?
No.
Okay. Bags packed by yourselves? Everything in the cases belong to yourselves? Right. So where certain things aren't allowed to be brought into the UK, drugs, weapons, obscene material? Yeah.
The man stares intently as his suitcase is searched. He then removes a mobile phone, which causes suspicion.
Okay. Sure. Just part of the check, yeah? That's fine.
He gets his phone back, but seems a little agitated. Then a package is found, which might explain why.
What's the name, mate?
It's sweets. Sweets. All sweets. For kids.
Right, well, you'll open it up because I can't see what's in there. Go on.
But Brandon's not falling for that. He opens the package to check the contents himself.
Yeah, it's the sweets, is it? Yeah. It's cannabis, isn't it? Herbal cannabis. You're not sure? You said you packed the case yourself?
Yeah. Put everything, yeah.
All right. But this time, all right, you're under arrest, all right? Right. Basically, you're both under arrest, you're both travelling together, okay? On suspicion of importing an illegal drug, controlled drug, all right? Now, you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention in question something that you later rely on in court, all right? Anything you do say may be given evidence, do you understand?
With both passengers under arrest, their cases continue to be searched. And it doesn't take long to find a number of identical packages.
How much you got in total, mate?
I said 4 packets.
There's no respite for officers in Gatwick as another Caribbean flight arrives from Jamaica. Suspicion was raised by a German woman who claimed to have lost the key to the padlock on her suitcase. After forcing the case open, Officer Paul discovered that the woman was carrying a significant amount of cannabis.
Okay, so if you just stand up for me, put your hands out, you put the sunglasses down.
She's arrested straight away and put in handcuffs before being escorted to the airport's custody suite for further questioning.
Presently, we have the 25-year-old German under arrest in the custody suite. So whilst she's getting her rights read to her, she's waiting for a solicitor to turn up. What we do is go through all the luggage. This is obviously where the drugs were found initially. And interestingly, she's in the top of the suitcase. She or whoever put the drugs in there has put a lot of foam around the outside of the case and around the edges of the case.
With the suitcase stuffed to the brim, it's a huge amount of cannabis for one person to be carrying.
These are just 2 or 3 kilo blocks of herbal cannabis. And very little else.
The cannabis is bagged up. Paul needs to weigh the drugs to find out the severity of the woman's crime.
So it's 18.15 kilos. The suitcase weighed 23 kilos, so it's nearly the whole suitcase was cannabis, that'd be worth between £40,000 and £50,000.
It's another excellent find by officers. For the German woman, it's been a highly risky gamble that hasn't paid off.
A lot of them are single young females, and it doesn't surprise me anymore. We've had single young females, we've had old men of 70, we've had couples travelling together. You know, it really, it's basically anybody that's short of money. Anyone that's desperate for money will do it for a couple of £1,000s or whatever else they've been promised.
The woman later pleaded guilty to smuggling cannabis and was sentenced to 9 months in prison. Back in Bristol, and with 4 packages of herbal cannabis found in a man's suitcase, the search now moves on to his wife. Almost immediately, Officer Brandon finds something hidden in the clothing. This time, he suspects it's cannabis resin. And as with the man's case, there's more than just one package. The drugs have been crudely concealed in clothing with little attempt to hide what's inside. As the last block is removed from the case, the couple know they've been caught red-handed.
There's 6 resin cannabis and 4 packages of herbal cannabis. I'm not sure weight at the moment. I understand what you're saying, but I can't at the moment, mate. All right.
The man should perhaps be more concerned about the illegal drugs found in his suitcase than having a cigarette. But tampering with the drug seizure will only get him in more trouble. As the couple are taken away for a full body search, officers are eager to find out how much they found.
2.68.
2.68 kilos of herbal cannabis and 5.48 kilos of cannabis resin adds up to a haul worth over £20,000. It's a huge amount of illegal drugs removed from the streets.
It has been adopted by a higher level team, if you like, within the department, and they usually only take on the larger cases. So we wait and see, but it is a substantial amount. There's no getting away from that.
It's been an excellent day for Brandon. Less so for the couple, who'll now be detained in custody.